What's happening, everyone? We have an exciting video coming up for you today. Helping me go through this, giving it the due diligence that it deserves, is the wonderful JCC. An honour.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm very well. I love talking football with you, so thank you so much for finding the time to come on. What we're going to do today, John, and it's going to be quite an arduous task, is we are going to create an 11, but using players only from outside the Big Six. So we need to create the best possible 11 using players that play for teams that are outside of the Big Six, and we can only use 2 players at most from each team.
I think there's only one right team here. I think it's easy. I think we should have at least 8-9 players the same.
Yeah, I mean there are some clear standout players that don't play for a team in the Big Six that obviously will be in this team.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very easy thing to do. Okay, let's start. Who's your goalkeeper?
Jordan Pickford.
Okay.
I think, Jordan Pickford's underrated. I think he would do a job for most teams in the Premier League. And I think those keepers that had better seasons than him last year, I'm guessing you don't have Jordan Pickford.
I don't have Jordan Pickford, but I think he's a very, very good shout. And I'm partly didn't have him, and now I'm thinking that it was an error. But I went for Matt Sells.
Right, so more of like recency. Yeah, he was brilliant. Matt Sells was better than him last year.
But I do think
Jordan Pickford's a better goalkeeper.
I do think you're correct. Actually, I've started brilliantly here because I think you're right. It should be Jordan Pickford, but I went for Matt Sells, which I think was a possible error.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
because also you can get better Forest players. We'll get into that. I've got 2 Forest.
You are 1-0 up.
Yeah.
At the moment, but my team. Let's see at the end. Let's see how this balances. My keeper is Matt Sells.
Yeah.
Let's have a look across the back line. Who have you gone for at left back?
Left back, Anthony Robinson.
So have I.
Yeah. I mean, I think 11 assists last season. There's only one answer there. Brilliant.
He's clearly the jewel in the crown for this conversation.
Yeah.
Particularly now Kirkez isn't playing for a team.
Yeah,
outside.
it was probably, you could say Kirkez, but obviously he's moved to Liverpool. So yeah, Robinson's brilliant. Like, obviously as a Fulham fan, he was a little bit like, you know, when a player just has all the athleticism, he has all the ability, but he couldn't put it together for the first season at Fulham. He looked a bit clumsy. I mean, now he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, he's our best player.
Yeah.
So,
do you think were you worried? Are you still worried about keeping hold of him?
I think we'll keep him this year. He's our captain, you know. Yeah. So I think we'll keep him. But if he has another season like he just did, we might lose him.
No, very good player. And what about over the other side, other fullback?
I've gone with Ola Aina, Forest. I think, fantastic. Forest has done amazing to keep hold of him.
Good player.
Really good player. He was at Fulham as well, so I've seen him.
Chelsea.
Brilliant. Really good. So, I think that's why I think Sells in your goalkeeper was a mistake, because I think there's 2 Forest players, arguably 3 or 4 outfield that you could get.
Yeah.
So, I've gone Ola.
You're right. And with regard to Everton, I don't think there's anyone else apart from Pickford. Pickford is the jewel in the crown of that Everton team. And I should have... You're right. I've made an error there. But I've gone for Robinson alongside you. Over the other side, I've gone Livramento.
Oh, that's a good shout. I actually have blanked that.
I've gone Livramento.
No, I haven't. There's a reason I don't have him. We'll get into that later.
Okay,
he's good.
He's class.
He's good, isn't he?
He's class. Yeah, I think he's a really, really good player.
Yeah,
I think he could do the business for England. That's how highly I rate him. I think he's a class act.
Well, he's knocking on the door, isn't he?
Yeah, rightly so. Very good player. What about in terms of your 2 centre halves? The 2 best centre halves that play for teams outside of the Big Six.
Okay, well, I've gone with someone who's still currently at Bournemouth, even though he's linked away, which is Ilya Zabrani. I think he's unbelievable. And next to him, Nikola Milenkovic.
I've got Milenkovic. Yeah, I've got Milenkovic in mind.
He's unbelievable.
Mate, big goals as well.
He's unbelievable. He's everything you want in a centre back. He's a throwback. Yeah. He's a big, solid unit. Scores goals, and then I think at Bournemouth, like, Howson got all the praise.
Yeah,
but Zabani was brilliant.
Yeah, no, he's a great player.
I think if you ask Bournemouth fans, they might say Zabani was better for them.
He was no doubt a very good player, and I do agree with you. I think that Milenkovic has to be in this team. I think he's one of the signings of the summer. Excellent player.
Do you know who it means we've missed?
I haven't, because I haven't given you my second centre half.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I haven't. I've gone Milenkovic plus, unless you're about to say, Mark Gahey.
Yeah, so Gahey was on the. Gahey. I feel bad leaving Gahey out of this.
Yeah, you can't. You can't leave him out.
Do you think he's that good? I think he's good, but do you think he's that? You think he's better than my 2?
Yeah.
I think he probably is.
I think Gahey, for me, when I did this, it was obviously Gahey plus 1. And then it was fairly easy to stumble upon Milenkovic. Like I didn't struggle to search for Milenkovic, but it was never not going to be Gahey. As soon as I thought about this as an idea, it's like Gahey plus who. Like, I think that Gahey is ready to play for a team in the Big Six. I think he's ready to play in the Champions League. You look at his performances for England last year. He is clearly England's best centre half.
Yeah, probably. I do feel like I might have made an error leaving him out.
Yeah, I mean, Gahey has to be in.
My pair is unbelievable.
Mate,
it's a great pair.
It's not a wild shout, but Gahey for me just had to be in. Midfield, we do 4-3-3, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 midfielders. What are you thinking here? I've got good midfield, you know.
Yeah, I've gone with... I'll give you the 2 that are going to be sitting a little bit. I've got Bruno Guimaraes.
Okay.
And I've got Youri Tielemans.
Do you know what I thought you'd done there? I thought, oh my God, he thinks Man United are no longer in the Big Six. I thought that's what you've done.
Well, it is close now, isn't it? They finished 15th.
Yeah. But no, Bruno Guimaraes, right.
Bruno Guimaraes and Youri Tielemans. I think...
I've got Tielemans.
Yeah, he's underrated.
Good player.
Such a good player.
Big goals in his career as well. Like, we won Leicester in FA Cup, you know, first in their history.
I think he got man of the match in that Champions League game versus Bayern last year. And I remember him just being brilliant in it.
Yeah, when they won.
Yeah, and like big player, big
they won
game.
1-0, Duran.
And he was just brilliant in it. And I think Villa are a massive club. It's a whole other video. But the fact that he's, you know, I say only at a Villa, I think he could be at a Big Six club.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's a shame he hasn't been.
Tielemans undoubtedly in.
Yeah.
You've got Bruno Guimaraes. Alongside that midfield, I wanted to go for Adam Wharton. I really did.
Yeah.
But as much as I wanted to put Wharton in because I rate him so highly, I don't think he's better for this team than Mark Gahey, who has to be in, and someone else who we'll discuss obviously has to be in. So there would be room in this team for Adam Wharton if I could, but I can't have more than 2 Palace players. So I'm abiding by the rules of the game. And as a result, I've gone for Carlos Baleba.
Okay.
Feels to me like he is like the next cab off the rank. You know, the next Brighton player in the Cucurella mould to go and flourish and become something brilliant elsewhere. The Ben White move, the Cucurella move. Caicedo move. It feels to me like Baleba is the next cab.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think there's I think there's better players. I think Wharton is a better player. But I understand your logic.
The game as
I understand the spirit of the game. I mean, I've got in my last midfield slot, I've got Morgan Rogers. I think Morgan Rogers is a better player than Baleba.
I went left field with mine, but Rogers, if I got room for 2 Villa players, I should have gone Rogers.
It's better that you've left him out.
What's happening, everyone? I'm terribly sorry to interrupt this video, and I really do hope you're enjoying it, but I have something big to tell you. I have started a members section. I've started doing loads and loads of content for my community, for the most loyal subscribers of this channel. If you fancy becoming part of it, I would love to welcome you in. There are some videos on there already, and we have some brilliant things to come. There's going to be Q&As, there's going to be live streams, there's going to be stuff that is simply exclusive for you. So if you want to be part of it, please do join the members section. To find out more, click the link in the description below, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I should have just gone 2 Villa players in midfield, but I didn't. Do you know what I did? I got clever. Do you know who I've gone? Because I think it's an inspired signing. I think it could be work out everything, right? We're taking in every possible metric: size of the club, ambition of the club, cost. I think the player that I've put in here could be signing of the summer. Granit Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka
has just swapped Champions League football for a team that's just been promoted. 17 million quid for a player that has gone unbeaten, an integral part of Xavi Alonso's. Like that is for Sunderland about as good as a signing can possibly be. If you said to a Sunderland fan, right, through the lens of reality. So if I say to a Sunderland fan, in the whole world, bearing in mind everything, you're newly promoted.
Yeah.
You've only got 20 million to spend. Pick any footballer in the world, and I think that the best possible signing that they could make is Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, undoubtedly, he's massive for Sunderland, but are you telling me that Granit Xhaka is a better player than Bruno G? Who are you having in a midfield?
To be totally honest with you, in that direct,
like you've messed. This is an error.
I think Granit Xhaka is a really good player. I think he was. I think Arsenal should have signed him back instead of Norgard.
Yeah, I can see the argument for it.
I think Fulham should have signed Granit Xhaka.
I can't believe that.
So good.
No, I understand that. I can't believe that Xhaka's, with all due respect, going to a team that might potentially get relegated straight away. Fulham should have been all over that. Should have been all over it. Do you want to come live in London? We'll pay you more. That should have been what we said.
Is Granit Xhaka a better player than Bruno Guimaraes, everything considered? You know how you phrased it? And you kind of went as if, of course he's not.
He's not. Not right now. Not right now. Xhaka has had a better career.
I feel like Arsenal fans took a long time to acknowledge the brilliance of Xhaka. And I know he didn't do himself any favours when he swore at the fans and threw the captain's armband and whatever else. But that final season that he had, that left channel, and they tried to replace him with Havertz, they didn't realise how brilliant he was until he'd gone.
No, I agree with all of that.
Then he's just gone unbeaten with Alonso.
Well, 2 years ago now. So it wasn't last season.
But he's given up on the Champions League to go to Sunderland.
Yeah, but that might be Ten Hag.
Signing a sum.
Ten Hag's pool.
Yeah. I've gone Xhaka anyway. So my midfield.
Yeah.
My midfield is Xhaka, Baleba, and Tielemans.
Yeah, it's strong. I think Morgan Rogers has to be in that side.
I do also agree with that, which is a slight error because I rate Rogers highly, really highly.
I think he's the next
But as a three, I feel like my three are more likely to win a game of football. Baleba, Xhaka. Look at the tackles in that.
Yeah, it's defensive. Yeah.
Look at the tackles, like just winning the ball. Horrible to play against. And then Tielemans, like he loves to tackle as well. Don't get me wrong. But Xhaka, good eye for a goal, great shot on him. It's a good midfield I've built here. I'm not hearing anything to the contrary.
I think you made a mistake with Xhaka. I agree with him being an amazing signing. I agree with him being a brilliant player, but I don't think he should be in this list.
Agree to disagree.
Okay.
So the front three now. The front three. You're right. I've arguably made a. Well, I have made a mistake in goal. I've also made one mistake at the back. I've made one mistake in midfield. There is no mistake now. I've got this right. I guarantee I've got this right.
I think my only mistake is Gay. That's my only mistake in my team. Otherwise, I'm not changing anything. But yeah,
you were correct. You were definitely correct with Pickford. I appreciate that you were correct with Pickford. I might have made a mistake in the back line as well. Midfield, again, maybe. But this centre forward, this front three...
It picks itself.
Is factually the best. Ready?
Where do you want to start?
Should we just do the obvious through the middle?
Isak.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Of course.
Potentially the best striker in the league.
Is definitely the best striker in the league.
You think? You think he scores more goals for City if he's up front than Haaland would?
I think City would score more goals with Isak in the team.
You do?
Overall, yeah, I think he's a better player. I think he's a better finisher. I think he's an all-round better footballer. I think he will bring others into play in a better way. I think he's an exquisite, glorious footballer. You can't say that about Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland is particularly good at one particular thing.
Yeah, there is that. I mean, that technical ability. There's a run that Isak went on. I remember it at St James's Park. You know, one down the left,
down the line,
all the way down the byline. Put
it
across.
Goodison? Is it Goodison?
I thought
when he did the spin on the touchline,
he ran past the manager's dugout and he just ran like.
No, that was at St James's.
Yeah, he ran all the way down byline, cut the ball back for a goal, and it was just like that's.
No, he is a world class footballer.
Haaland will never do.
No, I think you could argue that Haaland is a better finisher. I think that it's neck and neck, but you could argue that Haaland is a better finisher, right? Fine. But City would score more goals with Isak in the team simply because Isak would score an awful lot of goals himself. But he's better. He's going to bring others into play. His vision is better. He looks after the ball better. He will create more for others. He will run down the byline and give Phil Foden an open goal.
Yeah.
Like, Haaland's not doing that. Overall, the tide would rise at City. In the way that I've always argued that City would have been a better team with Harry Kane rather than Erling Haaland. Because Kane is simply a better player.
The better link-up player. I understand it.
But Isak is in, undoubtedly. I mean, I've already touched on this, so I might as well just go with it now. Eberechi Eze is in, undoubtedly.
Oh, 100%.
Are we in 100% agreement so far?
We are. Eze is the first name I put on this.
Glorious.
When I was given this task, it's just Eze.
It's just Eze.
Just straight in.
Yeah. Eze, if you were to just try and answer this question, like really quickly, who's the best player out of the big six? It's Eze. You know, if you just answer it, like off the top of my head, the first thing I'd say is Eze.
Yeah.
I think you then start talking about Isak, of course you do. But the first thing that comes into my head, I think because Palace are a smaller club, you know, when you think outside of the big club.
I was going to say, yeah.
The most...
Isak is the best.
Isak
is the best.
But you know
you
why
don't
you
think of Newcastle. Yeah.
And because you can sign a Palace player in your head.
Yes.
Getting Isak out of Newcastle could be arduous.
Yeah.
Signing a Palace player, Palace are a selling club. You know, they've always been a selling club, but Newcastle do not want to be. They might become that. Yeah. I think they can have very little chance of protecting their player and protecting themselves from selling the best player in the league. But with Palace, you just go, if you go and offer Palace big money, they will accept it. Because historically, that's what they've done. I know they're trying to redefine themselves. I know Parish, with the fact that they've got European football, are trying to change themselves. But historically, they've been a selling club.
Yeah, it is weird. You are totally right. Your brain goes to Eze. I mean, I know Isak is the best, but your brain goes to Eze.
Because also, Newcastle are in the Champions League. You see them as a...
bigger than...
Eze is the player that is currently doing it for a team that aren't in the Champions League
100%.
And for a smaller club. So, yeah, 100%. Eze is just magnificent.
Yeah.
I think I would say that the most pure sight in football is Eberechi Eze running with the ball. You know, like if you just want to feel football, it's Eberechi Eze gliding with the football. Dropping a shoulder, like just moving, breezing past players in and out, using his body. It's easy. Burst of pace, control. Got it all.
Where do you think he should go? It's Arsenal or Bayern Munich, really. That's what I'm seeing.
I think he should go to Arsenal. I don't want him to go to Arsenal. The two very different conversations here. Where should he go, and what club need him? Right? Is the answer to those two is Arsenal. But I desperately don't want that to happen, because if he does end up at Arsenal, I think Arsenal go from potential winners to the Premier League to neck and neck, maybe 2 or 3% behind.
Yeah.
If they bring Eberechi Eze in, think of the impact that will have on that entire team. Think of what it will mean to the form of Odegaard. Think of what it will mean to the form of Saka. Think of what it will mean for the service to Gyökeres.
Could be an uncomfortable conversation for Odegaard.
Well, he could start playing centrally if Odegaard doesn't elevate. But equally, having him there could make Odegaard the player that he was 2 or 3 years ago. So I just think Eze is a remarkable footballer and needs a big move. Now, look, he's even done it for England. Won Palace their first ever trophy. Scored against Man City. Like, it's just wicked.
Yeah, he is.
So Eze, obviously. Isak, obviously. And...
I have gone with Antoine Semenyo.
Nah, you're wrong. You've made a mistake.
Who have you got?
Jarrod Bowen.
I thought about it. This might be recency, because I feel like West Ham just had such a bad season last year that Jarrod Bowen is undeniably a brilliant footballer, and that is actually a really good shout.
Bowen. It is Bowen.
No, I'm going to stay on this. Semenyo.
Bowen would play for England if Saka wasn't so good.
Yeah, I mean, fine.
That's how good he is, though. He's literally unlucky. If he played on the other wing, he'd be in the England team. It's just Saka. Saka's undroppable. Saka's a world-class player. That is the only thing standing in the way of Jarrod Bowen.
Yeah, that is fair. I think Semenyo... Do you not rate Semenyo?
Oh, yeah, no, I do.
I think it's amazing he signed a contract with Bournemouth. I thought he was off this summer.
Well.
I thought he was off to a Big Six club.
Yeah, so do I.
And that's kind of, unfortunately, what this conversation is. It's really about who could play in a Big Six club. And I think... I mean, I don't know the intricacies of Bowen's contract, but Semenyo was sniffed after big time.
Danny Dyer's
he's settled in it.
Yeah.
But I think Semenyo's good. I'm happy with Semenyo. I can see the argument for Bowen. I could happily sub him out for Bowen, but I'm going to stick with Semenyo. I think he's brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay. Well, we'll have to... I'm not falling on my sword. I'm keeping Bowen. I think Bowen is... honestly, I just think that he's so unfortunate that Saka is so good, or that he doesn't ever play on the other side. Because if he played on the other side, I think he played for England. Like, I think you could easily have an argument that he's a better player than Anthony Gordon. Easily. I think you could easily have an argument that he was a better player, not overall, but had a better season than Phil Foden. I just think that his contribution, his guarantee for goals, the way that West Ham use him, the things that he does for that team, he plays in various positions. He's a wicked player.
Yeah, I think he was hurt by, probably for me, this is an example, hurt by West Ham's poor season. In the sense that I don't think of him in the same way Bournemouth had this exciting season of everyone's favourite other team to watch, or scoring big goals, winning games. But West Ham was so poor that maybe I've forgotten Bowen.
Okay. Well, look, Semenyo's not a terrible shout.
I'm happy with Semenyo.
Semenyo's not a terrible shout.
You need a manager.
The best manager outside the top. Oh, easy. Eddie Howe.
You've lost your mind.
Go on.
Unai Emery. You have to go Unai Emery.
Yeah,
it's just not even a debate. Eddie Howe's brilliant. There's Marco Silva's brilliant.
Villa could have done more last year.
Yeah,
they should have done more last year. They should have made it into the Champions League last year. They should have done. There was a period.
Yeah, but I mean,
there was a period when they beat us, when Rashford, they should. Then they signed.
We're talking about a Martinez red card at Old Trafford on the last day of the season to cost it, and then we're talking about a dodgy VAR decision.
Yeah, they didn't make it by goal difference.
We're talking about.
He had to get there, though. Maybe, I think he had to get there.
Bayern Munich.
Eddie Howe took Newcastle United into the Champions League and won them their first trophy for 70 years.
Yes, but Unai Emery is a better
Unai Emery
manager.
Overall.
He's a better manager.
Okay, I think you're probably right again. I tried. I like Eddie Howe. I do like Eddie Howe. I want him for England.
He's good. He will be the manager.
That has been also incredibly good fun. Thank you so much to John. Do us a favour, click the link in the description below. You will find John's YouTube channel there. There's some fantastic content there. Some very recognisable faces in every single thumbnail. You're looking at Bazinga, you're looking at Theo Baker, you're looking at Chris MD. You're not looking at Rory Jennings, which I find a little bit of a disgrace, to be totally frank.
It's a Rory Jennings free channel.
There you go.
Get there while you can.
Get over there now. I'll subscribe to that. Thank you to everybody for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below, and we look forward to seeing you all in a bit. Ta-da.